Okay, here is how you make a cookie really fast, only like 2 minutes. So what you will need is a mixing bowl, all-purpose flour, brown sugar, baking soda, 1.5 tablespoons of butter, semi-sweet chocolate chips, and milk. Oh, and one more thing, a plate. For later though, for later. You will take your butter, and that'll be the first thing that goes into your mixing bowl. So just plop it in there. Take out any paper, because I know how much you viewers love to eat paper, but you know what? It's gonna mess with the cookie when we're baking it and stuff. So now that the butter's in there, you can't just mix everything with that. It's all solid and gross and disgusting and square and ew. So you're gonna take this to the microwave and put it in there for 15 seconds. Because when it comes out, the butter will be all soft and liquidy, which is perfect for what we're trying to do, which is mix ingredients with it. Alright, 15 seconds is fine. Any more than that, and it'll start, smoking or whatever. Okay, so you take out the butter. It will be partly solid, like not the whole thing we melted, but not to worry. All you have to do is get a fork. Yes, you do need a fork. Mix it until it's all broken down and should be looking oily, basically. Liquidy and oily. Now, what we're gonna do is you will take 1.5 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. That's half a tablespoon. And here's a whole tablespoon. Add them together and you get your 1.5 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. After that, give it a good small mix. Next, you will locate your brown sugar. Same thing, 1.5 tablespoons of brown sugar. And you know what? We recycle in this world. So, I'm not even gonna bother to clean this. I will just take a scoop of that, take my leveler, scoop. This is 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, and then I will take my next one and do half a tablespoon of brown sugar. So now you have 1/2 tablespoons of brown sugar and flour. Next, you'll need almost 1/8 of a teaspoon of baking soda. Put that in there. I know it doesn't look like much, but it will do. And then you're gonna mix it all together. And take out your gallon of milk. Now, I actually lost my measuring cup. So, I'm gonna use one of these. But that's even better, you know why? Come on, say it with me. We're recycling. Pour it in there, see that? Come on, it's lovely. Then, put the milk away. We don't need milk anymore. Might as well throw that whole gallon in the trash. We don't need it no more. Now mix it together. I like to spin it because then you're getting a nice, even stir. Right now it's actually a tiny bit too liquidy. Feels a little bit not thick enough. So I will grab a little bit more flour. It's barely a half a tablespoon. Barely, And I will give it once more a nice stir. Because we want it to be pretty thick. It needs to be able to stick to itself nicely. Now this is doing good. Now it actually feels like it can hold itself together. After this, you will finally grab semi-sweet chocolate chips. And there's not really a measurement of how many you can add. Just kind of enough, Just enough to kind of fill the whole cookie. So you're gonna give it a nice mix. It doesn't completely matter because it's gonna sink to the bottom anyway. After I added my chocolate chips, I'm gonna sort of flatten it with my fork. So I'm just kind of flattening it out. Very nice. Okay, now that we have all the ingredients mixed together, you're gonna grab your bowl, like this, your lovely cookie, and then you're gonna look for your oven, alright? Once you find your oven, you're gonna walk past your oven, go in the microwave, put the cookie in there, and cook it for 1 minute in the microwave. So, since you take it out, put it in the freezer. Not for that long, just for a couple seconds really. Just so that all the cold air can get to the top of it. Now this is the part where the plate comes in. You're gonna grab your plate, just set it down on the table because you're gonna need it. And then we're gonna go back to the freezer, like this. You're gonna take your cookie. It's gonna be hot, so be careful. I'm gonna grab it from the bottom. Now watch carefully what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take our delicious looking cookie. I know you can't see the chocolate chips, it looks bad, but watch this. Take this, and there you have it. That's our cookie. Now again, it's very hot right now. It's gonna be hard to eat. Now technically, if we let it cool down for 3 minutes, it would get nice and good. And you'll actually be able to pick it up and everything, since right now it's actually a bit too soft to be picked up. But you know what? Not to worry. We can still taste test this thing. Now this fork isn't clean because I used it to make the cookie dough, the raw cookie dough. So 1 second. Ah, that's good raw cookie dough. I'm gonna just chop it up, chop a piece up, like this. Get a nice scoop of that. See that? It's a freshly made cookie. Not a McDonald's cookie, not a store-bought cookie, not a I bought a box of cookie dough and I just had to add water and put it in the oven. No, a real cookie. A real cookie. Man. Tastes better than oven because it's freshly made. Fresh cookie. Microwave, but fresh. That's how you make a real cookie. In 2 minutes. Brown sugar.